Hi everyone, this is Berto again, and this is my channel where I share my experience as a shaman practitioner. In this video, I'll talk about levels of meditation. What are they? And as usual, I have a tip on how to improve your practice. Let's get into it. Before we start our video, I just want to have a few caveats to the information that I will share to you today. Please treat this video as a guide and not as an absolute truth. Meditation is a very wide space and some can say it's never ending. But my intention of putting this video out there is to give beginners a map onto your own journey as you progress. Think of it as like a height growth chart, which you will overgrow as time goes by. Let me start with the source of this information. This scale came from a scientific study done by psychologists to survey more than 100 of the best meditators in the world. They compiled all of their experience and put them in one scale so that it makes sense for most people, like us. I will link the actual study in the description below if you are nerdy enough, like me, to check it out yourself. And now, let me go through all the 5 stages with you guys. Stage 1 is called hindrances. At this stage, it's full of distraction. It's full of dealing with your monkey mind. At the first half of the stage, you will be prone to falling asleep, and towards the end of this stage, your mind will be restless. And that is what I always tell my students. Being restless is actually a good sign. I tell them, at least you're not sleeping. So, stage 2 is called relaxation. In this stage, you feel very relaxed, you feel calm, you are very comfortable. There really is nothing much at this stage, but this overall sense of nice feeling. And most people like to hang out at this stage because it just feels great. Stage 3 is what the scientists called as the personal self. In this stage, your awareness starts to expand into yourself. You feel more present with your body and your mind. And at this stage, you also start to feel the energy that goes around. Stage 4 is what they call transpersonal quality. You start to go outside of yourself. You start to feel more connected to the forces around you. It's also at this stage when time starts to disappear. Towards the latter part of this stage, you start to feel like you yourself start to disappear. Stage 5 is what they call transpersonal self. It's usually just about being still and having empty thoughts. You don't really care where you are, you don't really care what's happening, and yet you're aware of everything that's happening to you. And that is because when you reach this stage, my teacher calls it your mind is sorted out. It's more organized, and therefore nothing is stopping you from seeing reality for what it really is. And there you have it. These are the 5 stages of meditation explained by psychologists and measured scientifically. In my personal experience, these stages are real. I have gone through these stages, and sometimes I'm in one stage on one day and I'm another stage of one day. So don't beat yourself up about it. What it really means is that it requires practice to sustain a certain level. But for now, feel free to use the scale to track your progress, see where you're at every session, and sometimes it might be useful to write them down so you can measure your progress over time. And hopefully someday you reach the end of the scale and be ready to move on to the next level. Which brings me to my last point in this video. But before I get there, please don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you think this has been helpful for you. Or maybe even share it with your friends if you think that this will be helpful for them. And now for my bonus tip for this video. Don't get stuck on this scale. If you talk to masters of meditation, they will tell you that there are more stages than what is described here. In fact, when I talk to my teacher, he considers these stages as just the beginning of the meditation journey. During our talk, he described a glimpse of what the stages would look like in our class. But I'm not here to talk about that. Like I said in my previous video, safety first. Some advanced practices are really meant to be done with guidance in a safe environment. If you're interested to know more about that, just type in the comment below and maybe we'll talk about it in the future. But for now, that's all for me. Thanks for watching this video and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!